I believe that when you truly know yourself, you win. Welcome to On the Daily, the podcast where we dive real deep into human design, astrology, and your subconscious mind, all with the intention of you building your idea of a big delusional life and an even more delusional business. My name is Danielle McCleerey, and I am a master human design and astrology teacher, somatic coach, business mentor, public speaker, and seven-figure entrepreneur. My biggest gift is the ability to see beneath the surface, and I think too many people look outside of themselves for who they should be and what they should be doing. Around here, that is unacceptable. Around here, we break the matrix and really remember who the heck we are underneath all the programming. This podcast will give you all of the tools, mindset, and practical application you'll need to be everything you came here to be in the shiniest way possible. Are you with me? Let's freaking go. Hello, On the Daily family. Welcome back to the show. In this episode, we're talking about the business pivot, but we're talking about it from the perspective of somebody who is already a very successful entrepreneur. We do not talk about this enough, and we are going to in this episode. It's going to be short and sweet, but it's going to be powerful. So if you are a successful entrepreneur and you have ever navigated a huge pivot in your business, this episode is for you. Before we get into this episode, I just have to tell you that we still have a few spots left for our Costa Rica retreat happening in October. It is the Break the Matrix retreat. So with the bundle for the retreat, you get the retreat itself, you get the Break the Matrix course, which is the deconditioning course that I offer that teaches you to decondition all of your programming and your patterns and your loops that keep you either stuck or feeling spiritually stuck through the lens of neurolinguistics programming, human design, astrology, and somatic healing. So it is a powerful, powerful course. And typically people need that more than they need business strategy to be more successful in business. But it's not a business course. It is a spiritual course. It is going to support you in your spiritual awakening. It is the keys to a regulated nervous system tenfold. So the retreat bundle comes with the retreat, which is a 7-night stay in Costa Rica in this gorgeous house that we rent. And then the course itself, which is a 20-week self-paced / live call course. So the course, the material is self-led. You can take it at your own pace. And then you also get access to live calls, plus a community of people going through the exact same thing you are. And then you also get a reading with me, one-on-one natal chart, human design reading / coaching call. It's a really good bundle. You can save up to $6,000. Really big deal. So if you want to know more, you can go to www.daniellemccleerey.com/BTM retreat, BTM as in break the matrix. So that's daniellemccleerey.com/BTM retreat. Or you can go to daniellemccleerey.com/break the matrix. You can also come to my Instagram, Danielle_on-the-daily, and I can send you the link from there. Or click the link in the show notes. We'll put it there as well. Lots of places. Go check it out. You can see the house we're staying in. You can see the itinerary. You can see the course and what it has to offer. It's a really, really incredible deal. And this course has changed so many people's lives. And the retreat at the end is just the most beautiful, culminating, powerful experience ever. And we only have a few spots left. So if you want to come to Costa Rica in October, now's your chance. Let's talk about the business pivot. But not oh, I tried that business for a while and it didn't work. I mean, when you are a successful entrepreneur, 6-7-figure entrepreneur, and you're I don't know if I want to be doing this anymore. That is the scariest feeling that I think I even have conditioned myself to not be scared of. But if I really ask myself, if I'm really honest with myself, it is so scary. And it's something I'm currently navigating. I've navigated it before. This is something I navigate quite often because I am such an intuitive creature, but I also have Mars and Pluto in my first house, and they're also my chart rulers. I'm a Scorpio rising. So Mars and Pluto rule my chart, and they're also in the first house with Scorpio, conjunct my rising. So death, rebirth, transformation is I do it as much as I breathe. So this is not new to me, but I don't think we talk about how how fucking terrifying it is. So I want you to picture it. Like you are a successful entrepreneur. You've built a really successful business doing one thing. Maybe it's brought you in 7 figures. There's a lifestyle attached to it. There are people you pay. There are services you have. There are subscriptions you use. There are collaborators that you work with and pay on a contract basis. And then all of a sudden you get that inkling, that intuitive pull that says, I don't think you want to be doing this anymore. I think every other time I've done this, I'm currently in the process of doing this right now. I had this moment a few months ago where I woke up and I was like, I'm kind of like over business coaching. And not that I'm not good at it. I like helping people build businesses. I love helping people become sovereign and like have financial freedom and like time freedom, location freedom through entrepreneurship. I really do love that. It really turns me on. But the strategy behind building a business, it's kind of boring to me. However, the spiritual growth and the nervous system regulation that has to happen in order to be able to build a successful business, that is something that really turns me on. And that's always worked inside my business all the time. But but as of the past few months, I've been really feeling this pull to kind of leave like strict strategy business coaching alone and move into like more spiritual and professional development for people who are trying to bring their art into the world. And whether that actually be artists or poets or writers or actors, musicians, dancers, or creatives, designers, spiritual teachers, it's art, right? It's all this art. It's this like creativity. And I really want to help people bring their art into the world, but from a spiritual place, from a regulated nervous system. I want to help people heal their fear of being seen and really learn how to access the resource of fame. So that is not the same as strategically offering support for entrepreneurs trying to scale their business to 6 figures. It's not the same thing. And so there's this moment, I think a lot of entrepreneurs go through this, and there's a few entrepreneurs I've seen that have done this in a very public way. Jessica Zweig is one of them, and she owned a creative agency, and now she's doing spiritual work. And I saw that pivot happen. And if you've been through one, you feel it really deeply, because it's very scary to let go of a lot of income. It's very scary to let go of a certain lifestyle. It's very scary to admit that while you pull back that curtain on yourself, while you pivot, while you refine and redesign your business, you're not going to be bringing in the same money you did. And it's like entrepreneurs who know how to make money, if you've built it once, you can build it again. It's not a fear of like, oh, what if I don't make money? It's like, that's not the fear of someone who's really like, we don't think like that. Somebody who's a successful entrepreneur does not think about like, oh my God, what if I don't make any money? I don't ever have that thought. Like I can make money selling ice to an Eskimo if I needed to. I don't even think that is I don't know if that is a culturally appropriate thing to say anymore. Indigenous, selling ice to someone who lives in the snow. I know the saying used to be selling ice to an Eskimo, but I actually don't think that is like culturally appropriate, socially sound. So I'm calling myself out there. I'm learning. I'm a human and I'm learning. I don't think that was the appropriate thing to say, but you get my point. Making money is not a problem for me. The problem, it's not even a problem. The like, ugh, that feeling, that like knife in the gut feeling is, wow, while I do this, the lifestyle hasn't changed. The bills still have to be paid, and I'm going to be pulling back on my business. And so I want you to know that the pivots that you make throughout your life a lot of people are doing them. And when you're pivoting in the beginning, like you try something for 6 months, it doesn't work, you move to something else. That's easy. Those are low stakes moves. And it may feel really big because you've put so much time into going in one direction. But do that as many times as you possibly can or need to or want to or desire to in the beginning, because the more successful you become, logistically, the more complicated it is to do that. Because you have people that you pay, and you have a team, and you have services that you pay for, and you have branding, and you have marketing, and you have clients, and you have income. If I could go have coffee with my younger self who was like pivoting all the time, feeling so bad about it, I'd be like, baby, you haven't even made any money yet. So don't even worry about pivoting. If it doesn't feel good, pivot. Because there's going to come a time where you're going to pivot. You're still going to pivot, but it's going to be when the stakes are higher. And pivoting when there's higher stakes, it really does get you. And I've lost a lot of sleep over the last couple of months over this. It's not like I've lost a lot of sleep going like, oh, is this the wrong choice? Like, I know the pivot is the right choice. I know this is what I should be doing. But it's still scary, and it's still like rips your heart out a little bit, and you still have that moment of like, oh, is everything going to fall apart? Is my whole life going to fall apart? But like, if you're not listening to those intuitive pulls you have to move and to shift, for a living, I help people evolve. I help people grow. Who would I be if I wasn't doing the same thing? I've seen a lot of people I really respect do this, and I don't think I really understood it at this level until I was at this level, which like, duh, that makes sense. But just know that, like, pivot a lot in the beginning. Do not beat yourself up over pivots ever, because there are people who are making 7 figures a year who decide to pivot and burn down an entire, maybe multi-6-figure side of their business to rebuild something else. And the more you do it in the beginning, the more comfortable you're going to get doing it at those higher stakes, even though those higher stakes are scarier. And I'm very grateful to almost be done and through the period of like unplugging and like, dark night of the soul, going within, understanding myself like on a deeper level. Like, I'm really glad I'm almost through that, because my nervous system has been put to the test. But I know that by putting myself through the test in that way, I'm just preparing myself for the next version of myself, because the next level of myself is going to require more capacity. You can't do that unless you're willing to like go within. So the pivots are normal. They're always going to happen. Do it more in the beginning, because as you grow and as you have a higher income, a higher net worth, a higher yearly value, your expenses also go up. And the cost of your lifestyle doesn't go away just because you decide that you're going to burn down a multi-6-figure side of your business. There's just more pressure to figure it out quicker. So I hope this is helpful. If you feel like you're in a pivoting season, I'm right there with you. And no, it's not easy. And you are not weak. I am not weak. And we got this. And that's what we're being called to do anyway with Pisces season and the North Node in Pisces. We're being called to listen to our intuition, even though on paper it is fucking nuts. Okay, my friends, if you love this episode, leave me a review. It helps the algorithm push my show out to more people, the more reviews I have. If you've been listening to this show for a while and you've never gone over to Apple Podcasts, it literally takes 2 seconds. Hit that 5-star, write me a little review. Tell me what you're loving. Tell me what you want more of. And I love reading them. So, okay, my friends, see you back in the next episode. Bye.